you want to stop the killing for real, if you want to really get to the nitty-gritty, who are related, not everybody has to be related to the shooters, but most of them should be. So when you go talk to them, they go conflict without confrontation. See, people need to understand that. When you go his homicide in his mind, or he's already committed homicide, and there's real evil in the face. So if you don't have the backbone and fortitude to go out there and deal with them, you march, you lay out in the street and all that stuff. At 10 o'clock, 400 or 500 people, and you say, look, brothers, let me work this conflict. In the meantime, let us do the best we can to prevent the killing. That's what you have to do to stop the killing. Then you talk about economic young people, and let a guy like me get in there and talk to them young guys. See, what I do, I talk a different language to the brother. Yeah, I'm a professor, yes. I have my master's degree, academic, and all that good stuff, but I also had the causing most of the problems in Chicago. Give me the list and give me the resources where I can be able to, let's say we work with 650 of them, that can hopefully...
I agree with you 100% because I go on, what I do when I'm on social media, when I be able to communicate, and I go on their Facebook and I see some things that it's almost marijuana with the blunt, are rapping about, these negative things and talking back and forth and chatting in a way that is aggressively physical on our females. Right. What mindset, knowing that 90% of our people we're live on 90.5 FMHD radio, and this is E to the fourth power, and you can call in at 708.
That was cool so far. Kind of keep it going, with it.
Because next thing I'm going to talk about.
I try to put some facts in there too.
Well-known African-American in 1964. See live performances by Paul Eastman, T. Lucas, New Era, Kimmy Horn, Arkeel Jordan, and the incomparable Lance English. So make sure you join us. Visit more information. Go to idlewildmusicfest.org. Idlewild is smooth 90.5 FM HD radio. Now that's a match made in GSJBC Radio broadcasts and clear, uninterrupted commercials with breaking news stories.
Video of the arrest of the Chicago.
Smooth 99.5 FM HD.
My name, all they want to say, mud to the damn D-E. That's right.
From Chicago, from Kirk Franklin. Come on. And Howlin' Wolf Blues. To Richard Pryor and
Hello and welcome back to Smooth 90.5 FMHD Radio. This is a friend of mine, and his name is Tito Hartman. He's to me, the present day, let's call him the president. I don't know, he doesn't, he hits the streets, but then he comes inside and out. It's like LeBron James and Michael Jordan, but only Muhammad Ali did it both on the court and off the court. He boxed, then he went out, talked the walk and walked the walk. And that's what I'm trying to do. I look up to my big brother, and whatever he wants, I want, because I know it's with the and fourth power, which we're focusing on, and we discussed already, the economic and the education. I want to just make homage to also my co-host. Her family member passed away. That's why she's not here today, so we're going to send out a condolences. Say what Muhammad Ali has done, because he's from Chicago a little bit too, so we know the impact that he's done for us.
Hey, one thing I can tell you, that was the man. Muhammad Ali's work that he did outside the ring, his people, and being a premier champion in the ring, but most important, the man, he never really denied his true feelings about situations like he returned back to the ring and continued to fight. But he was just more than a champion in the box itself, and what he stood for just traveled all over the world, to Asia, Africa, you name it, all over in Russia, the European. My man Malcolm X and Dr. King, and this guy he was unique. You're not going to get too many Muhammad Ali's. The only people I put in the category with him, somebody like a Nelson Mandela, the Rumble in the Jungle with George Foreman, how the people, Boombaye, Muhammad Ali, I mean, everybody just took to this man. They loved him, and that's just because his spirit was genuine, and he was past, and my mother was in love with all those guys, but I learned about them through my mother, because he had with these for generations to come. You're going to always know. You got little babies that know Muhammad Ali like they
that, because this is what we need. We're always looking, because even if it might not be us, we're not haters. We're trying to bring anybody to the plate to it. Before once again, I want to keep backtracking, because I got so much to talk about, especially with you. But these guns, man, these guns, I hate the disappointment with my wife, and always family come first. And I think I don't know the number. You could tell me exactly, but it's a extreme amount of number that the violence, that community. What is wrong with our government? What is wrong with our local government and in state and federal? That knowing that these guns are coming, cops and everything. I mean, so
well, my thing is,
where we at?
The legal gun owners are not really the problem. See, Riverdale. Now, the reality of it is that Chuck's gun shop, after talking to all the people that go there, throughout the years, most of the guys are direct evidence that links several guns from Chuck's gun shop are involved. The number that went out is like 600 guns were traced to Chuck's gun shop just from last year alone, where they were directly linked to be put on Chuck's gun shop. Because I understand the person has a Ford card and they deal with concealed carry license. We got that, because a lot of the Second Amendment. I'm not against the right to. You should be able to bear arms, because that's what our forefathers fought for. But right now, people bearing arms illegally, that's where the problem is coming in, and we have to do a better job at New Orleans, Memphis, Detroit, St. Louis, Camden, New Jersey. These particular Los Angeles, California. We gotta go. When we get finished talking, it takes absolute unity, because we're so divided on every front. Divided, like physically, basically, with the different type of belief into this topic. A lot of our preachers, I won't go into naming nobody, because that's not cool right now, but they become politicians. They're not preachers, and fail to people not based on what we're trying to just make up, based on facts and policies. They fail with them like everything is cool, and it's giving the wrong type of sending out the wrong message to the overall community.
Well, you're saying the local community, the people that we vote in office. You're saying that most of all these guns. I mean, Jackson died, and the real how he died, and how somebody has said he didn't die this way. He said, well, he died because of this. No, what happened was, dude was dating so-and-so's girlfriend, and the inner circles. So the inner circles of the circles about these guns, saying that
Straw purchases down in Louisiana, down in Alabama, right. Mississippi.
And let me tell you, and what I worked in manufacturing for, I think, about 12 years, and I was a manager, supervisor, labor, all that. And so I saw the beginning of even, can't make it out to pass the test. Just like food, you got a certain spec you have to meet with the bacteria and all that type of stuff. So same thing with a gun. If a gun don't meet a certain level, I heard too from a point of so far underground that they taking those guns and selling those guns that have been rejected from them, and they missing. And they say the wrong person got hit because the gun wasn't. They giving them guns that ain't gonna not shooting straight.
Right, it's crazy.
Yeah, so.
A lot of these guys is killing out here. They're cowards. See, anybody can shoot an unarmed person. The issue was there was a small chance of presentations. Some guys armed, and it was like a shootout. A couple people got shot in the arm, but the other guys that's unarmed. I'm not promoting no type of violence. I want to make that clear. But I do believe we got to get rid of the illegal guns. I want to make that clear. But conceal and carry is not going to add to the homicide rate. Some of the shops might be doing some faulty practices, okay? But it's not the brothers and sisters that have their permits. It's all about home protection. It's either Texas. He was looking for his girlfriend, so he broke into somebody's home, and he broke the front door down, now bedroom door, and the guy killed him. I mean, I'm not saying what's right or wrong, but this guy's in your house. And that's what the Second Amendment are, the right to bear arms and take care of your family. This nation with these assault rifles, now that's a whole different story. Now, you got to understand this about the gun debate as well. Whenever there's a massacre down in Connecticut, different, African American youth are being killed in record numbers every in the other parts of America. And I don't want to just make everything a black and white issue, but it is an issue, and that's when all the gun rights people.
The part is the part that if they don't have other opportunities, which economic gives us, which is my focus on this show is also to buy. My focus, and that way that money will circulate into our community again, and so and educating them about. That's why I focus. The gun. My feelings on guns is that what I've learned through statistics, and that's what I almost live. Most of the people get killed is by somebody that they know are met.
Exactly. Right.
So it's gonna be a neighbor, it's gonna be a friend, it's gonna be a family. In my community, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I love data. The true data is because, and if you pull up these young people killing people, and when I trailed some of the information with my nephew before, they who killed. They were just at a party together, or they were just somewhere. So that's the whole thing about it. Is that
I'm not gonna use language on the air, but all these brothers that are killing brothers that are unarmed and brothers just killing them in a big plantation.
right?
They
Like I said,
go get them. Yeah, master. Here we go. Here go Toby. Toby see what they're doing. I mean, I'm just using their metaphor right now.
I got
the
you.
reality
I got
of
you.
it, that's what these young brothers are engaged. Anybody that goes to war kills their own soldiers. Okay, that's just not the way it goes. Now, even in the wild kingdom, like the lion when he takes, but at least they have a respect for their own pride, and then they will respect another pride's territory if they walking through. These guys know.
Part of my E to the four power is entitlement. The mindset of the younger African clinging to them. That's why they don't want to listen to their own parents. They don't want to abide by just. They don't. Do you think they have a sense of entitlement? Because I know I got a different sense of entitlement. But do you think there's something that they
There's a
part
void.
of entitlement?
Now, there's a void in some of the young people's lives where they feel, some of them probably feel entitled, but some of them just giving up, like let it be. Whatever happens, if I'm in jail, it really doesn't matter. Now, another thing I think that some parents have felt, not all, the social media, that door should be open, okay? It should be open. I know parents that let their kids, teenagers, just do what they want to do in the house. So now when things get hard for the teenager, he cannot second to get in trouble. It takes a lifetime to get out of it. So we got to find a better way to parent our kids. And when that doesn't work, you got to deal with a higher level of support.
Sense of community.
Yes.
Well, we're live here on Smooth 90.5 FM HD Radio. This is E to the fourth power. You can call in at 708. Email us at gsjbcradio@gmail.com. Our website at swg.com. Thank you. The sense of entitlement is almost like, how we got here, because we're talking about a small community in a sense. When you're talking about a block, it was a represent of a bigger one. And they say they were broken, the relationship, the mindset that I've been hearing about, that they protecting, so they're rolling, because from talking to these young people, they're themselves. And they're rappers, they're calling themselves rappers and all this other type of stuff. Because the action, I said, man, this ain't y'all ain't talking about no struggle.
Right.
Got a gun?
People feel entitled like people own something, like I said, and that's bad because right now they incarcerate more people than any other nation on earth right now. The United States, over 60 people that are African American compared to their county to go back, like St. Kofa. We need to go back, find out who we are, and discover, take care of my family. Some of these guys don't even want to take care of their kids, so it ain't even about taking care on TV. The police show where they go and they solve homicides. I was watching an episode yesterday where this guy had her job and she basically didn't have no money. All of her belongings was in a storage center, and he killed her. Because she kind of drew back on her purse, the trigger or whatever. But he killed that lady. The police caught him, whatever the case may be, but he had no explanation. And when he found out she didn't have it for nothing, then he worried about what's going to happen to him. See, we got some sick people out here that need higher level help. And this, you just got sedated folks that's ignorant, and I just have to call it like it is. They ignorant cowards that want to go out.
People that he killed just because he felt that empowerment, the mindset. Yeah. And that's what, go to jail and find out they were schizophrenic,
right?
Psychotic, bipolar. I will beat the slop out of you, but that kept them focused. Okay, I better do this about it. So when they come out, and my last part is the expungement part, because you mentioned about the jail. Say we do solve the other 80%. That means they got to go to jail. They finally get out. They prepare to become good. I want to talk about the future of our African court with a Caucasian young man, raped this young lady, grabbed her, she was unconscious. She don't remember, but the guys grabbed her all. They sentenced him, the judge sentenced him to 6 months.
Wow.
They gave him, I think, 20, 30 years.
Yeah, for rape.
A rape that he didn't commit.
Right.
And they found out later, 5 years later, that he didn't commit it.
Right.
He found guilty. The forgiveness, in which is heavily different. So what direction do you think we need to go as far as talking the same talk you're doing, taking care of their family, but they can't even get a job?
Kind of clerk of the circuit court process can help a person kind of clean their background up. So when you go for certain class felonies, or certain class misdemeanors, it's not for certain things like if you
murdered somebody at 14 years old, and now you're 28 years old, been out in the community, never committed a crime. It was exemplifying. They record, if they didn't do that one bad, they would be a nomination for running for state rep.
In certain heinous crimes, you may not want to expunge those records. I mean, it depends on the severity. Murder is murder, okay?
Wow.
First degree murder, circumstances around it, but first degree murder, there are ways to be alive. And the difference if you know it and you don't know. Some of the
Right off the hand that feeds you.
right, they're biting it.
Yeah, my
right.
nephew showed me a video of a woman sleeping with a snake. He's been not acting right. He's been distancing.
Right.
He's been cuddling. I've been talking to him, and once the snake, always a snake. Right.
People, so you got to be extremely careful.
Extremely careful.
Right.
So that you could be aware that that's in the back of your mind.
That's it.
Because being a business person, not just record of in business, doing some negative activity and serve time for it. And they mentioned it to me. He couldn't support doing business with him at that time. And he understood it in a sense. I just didn't do business with him.
Deal with that a certain way. You can tell. You talk to everybody else about giving their gun up, because then you leave the guy right. About 40 conflicts this year already. Talking is because some of these guys want to hurt somebody. But I'm just
24 hours one day, because I knew I was getting light. I was just it's on this way down. It's on this way down. It's coming. It's coming. But while I was there, I was saying, let me get a chance, because he talked about how he got his arm. He showed me his arm was almost blown off and things like that. Going to the county part about to commit a crime, or you got to do something. The majority of the people. Restroom. I said, let me go to the restroom. Let me digest myself. That gives me time to think. And he said, man, I wish somebody had told me that. Because your adrenaline is flowing. You're coming with the paraphernalia of the marijuana in Indiana, and but because he had the tools to smoke it, that was more. He did more time for that time than so he missed the job opportunity.
Yeah, all the time. It happens every time.
From the simplest of get away, just step back for a few minutes. You got phone numbers, you got phone calls. I never forget 20. I said, if you get this ABC right, so in that point in time, which is a narrow, small portion, in person like me, you're talking about making changes to save the next person down.
Your family first, and all your extended relatives, like your nieces, nephews, and all that kind of. Make sure everybody in your family on their own, they want to save the world. That's number one. And then number two, if you can help that small number of individuals, you'll be contributing to the overall betterment of society. Because like I said, you can't take over the whole world. So maybe 5, and just start with them guys. Then they can spread the message to other young guys like them, and we can make a difference. Because mediating conflicts is situations when guns can be drawn, but it takes conflict to confrontation to resolve a conflict sometimes. So Hardeman.com is my website. TIO Hardeman, HARDIMAN. It's a lot of information about the organization and what we're doing. I have chapters in Springfield, Ohio, outside of Chicago right now. And I'm just thankful to God that he's kept me afloat in this particular business.
And you got a 1-800 number, a phone number that you like to get?
91-9072. And I'm on all the social media channels like, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. They can just follow
each other, whatever we can do to try to communicate what we're trying to do in the community. Social media is definitely the one that's hitting it home for the positive movement. And with that, with E to the 4th power, like I said, we're live here on 90.5 FMHD radio. This is E to the 4th power, okay? We ask you to call in, but we'll still be coming out, and then you can still go on us on YouTube and previous to impact our community. So I'm going to go again next week with the same show, letting people know that this is important. We have to save our teenagers. Appreciate you. I can set up.
The champ is here!
Just put it
FM.
up on the online.
Smooth 90.5 FM. We're on Watercolors, channel 3, and you can listen to us 24 hours a day, live radio.
Cool, I'll tune in. And I'll share this particular video. Right. All right, so I can go online. How long? And YouTube, by being broadcast ready now, I can go online and put this interview up.
Broadcast means active right now. Podcast means is you can go on iTunes. We're on iTunes for their cars or Sirius XM radio. But podcast is later on. We don't do podcasts.
Okay.
iTunes.
Yeah, they can go to iTunes.
All right, brother, cool. I appreciate you, man. Let's get on out here.
How you like the station, man?
It's great. It's great. Now, I love it.
Okay.
It's room.
Okay.
Okay. Because I want to do like something on the flip side would be like
Gospel jazz,
we can't
blues.
do that.
We do no hip hop, no rap, anything.
None of that, right?
No.
Right. I understand.
So, because we're blues, news, sports, traffic. I'll show you in a second.
And Rob, if you can give me
I think the only way
which number is this?
from these days
708-345.
is to
Call
sing a
Terry
song.
on that number.
We'll start from the
Down in the sky.
Right over here for Maywood. You know, it'd be good for you to just.
Funeral.
Okay.
Funeral, and then I'm flying out.
Okay. I'm already sad.
She upset because it's her birthday.
Yeah, your wife?
Yeah.
Take care, brother. I see you.
All right, man.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Remember, it was going to smell 20%. She was a revolutionary. She found a purpose for it.
How can you be an artist and not reflect the times? There's something eating you.
I have to live with Nina, and that is so difficult.
Nina was fighting demons.
Sit down.
As fragile as she was strong, as she lived.
I did a couple of times on stage, but I realized you.
She was a genius. She was brilliant.